Everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, this has really grabbed my attention, was sent to be one of my beautiful viewers. This is how I get a lot of my information. You guys are amazing with the information that you send me, the little links. Preferably not videos, if possible, when it is just a news item, because videos are often a half hour long, and yet the actual snippet that one needs to know might be 30 seconds, and it's just easier to scan a newspaper article or a Substack article or something along those lines. Except for the video, I've put it in my post section, so go to Maighstir Tarot under any video. It'll take you to the main page, and if you go in and it says, videos about, shorts, whatever else, there's a section that says post. Go into that, and in that section you will find a video that is former CIA agent, how to build unshakable confidence, eliminate self-doubt, blah, 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 blah. It's a Mel Robbins video. Now, don't be distracted by the title, because what it actually is that Mel Robbins is talking to a female former head of Chief of Disguise in the CIA, where she worked undercover for more than 30 years. It is fascinating. She helped intelligence officers assume new identities, disappear in plain sight, and was involved in high-risk operations, creating disguises that were convincing enough to fool the Secret Service and George Bush. I don't know that he was George H.W. Bush, the second Bush. But just really, really fascinating story. And one segment that she was talking about the 30-minute mark. So I'm listening to it, watching it on 1.25% speed. So it goes a little bit quicker because there's only so many hours in the day. But about the 30-minute mark, she's talking about that 20 years ago, the CIA had the technology to create lifelike masks that looked real, that could be animated. And when you say animated, so that they sort of were around the lips and around the eyes, etc., and on the forehead and the eyebrows, so it actually looked like and behaved like an actual person. And don't forget, on Fox they had that interview they were doing where the guy looked like he had a mask on. And a lot of people going, oh, they don't have that technology. Yes, they did. 20-something years ago they had that technology. And the reason she wore that mask into the Oval Office was to get funding for the program to do so. And she says in the interview that the funding was granted 20-something years ago. So yes, they do. They have the technology to make pretty much anybody look like anybody else. I mean, you've still got height and body shape and things like that, but when it comes to from, there up, anyone. And I just thought that was incredibly fascinating. And the fact that this news is the pages, it's as I split the deck, this is coming out now, really, really important and intriguing. So this is someone bringing forth intelligence news, truth that we need to know. So I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux here. So this is something that's, information comes out when the time is right. A lot of the information that has been coming out over the years, the timing wasn't right. That's why we're going, why has it taken so long for people to realise? Well, because things like Virginia Giuffre, who I'm going to read on today, her civil lawsuit, back in 2015, the populace was not ready for the information to come out. So in 2015, it was a ballot year, if I remember correctly. Was it a ballot year that year, or was it no, it was a ballot year the next year, I believe, 2016. But the Orange Idiot had already started his campaign. He had come down the escalator in 2015, declared his intention to run. So therefore, the populace was distracted and it was just background noise. So Virginia Giuffre in 2015 had a civil lawsuit against Giuffre. Now, let me find this information. I'm looking at jkbjournalist.substack.com. And it's information. The Miami Herald has set a landmark legal and journalistic precedence in its fight to unseal the civil lawsuit documents. So last week, a federal court in Manhattan ordered the release of the voluminous case of files from the Virginia Giuffre's 2015 civil lawsuit against Maxwell. The release of these files was in part of 8 years of litigation by the Miami Herald and its parent company McClatchy, which have been fighting for the material since 2018. Because I believe the person that wrote this article, Julie K. Brown, had published a series called Perversion of Justice, and therefore the media outlet wanted to have access to the material. So last week, US District Court Judge Loretta Preska rejected Maxwell's final argument to keep the files sealed. This came out overnight, this article. So last week, Judge Loretta Preska rejected Maxwell's final arguments to keep it sealed, noting that the passing last year of the Epps Files Transparency Act superseded any earlier grand jury arguments that Maxwell was using to keep the records from the public. So what does this mean? Well, it means, even though Virginia is no longer with us, the information about the lawsuit against Maxwell, who procured Giuffre for abuse, will be released. So pretty much it was a defamation lawsuit that Virginia made against Maxwell in 2015. So this is defamation. So if you think E. Jean's defamation case against the felon, she didn't go after him for the abuse itself. She went after him for the defamation. So this was a defamation trial in 2015. After Maxwell had publicly proclaimed that Virginia was a liar and had made up her allegations of being abused by Epps and other powerful men, including Dershowitz and Andrew Mountbatten, formerly Prince, and I'm sure the Orange Idiot's probably in there as well. But yeah, so Giuffre, represented by a legal firm, sued Maxwell for defamation, and I believe she won, from what I understand, but it was sealed. The lawsuit was settled in 2017. The discovery contains allegedly damning evidence against Epps, Maxwell and other men, and the Miami Herald's argument was that judicial records by law are supposed to be open to the public. In this case, the former judge, Robert Sweet, who's now deceased, issued a blanket sealing of the documents because they were sensitive and private information. But what's happened is the new act, the Transparency Act, has overridden this. So now apparently Maxwell settled the case before it could go to trial, paying Virginia somewhere around $3 to $5 million, and thinking that the Maxwell apparently believed that the information, the evidence, would remain under seal. Okay, but the lawyers filed a motion to intervene and request for them to be unsealed, and they have been fighting for this for the last 8 years. Okay, so This is really interesting. So where do I go with this? We've got Judge Prescott has declared that the Epps Files Transparency Act overrides the sealing that was made in 2017 with a payout. So it never actually went to trial, the information. But Judge Prescott in Manhattan, oh boy, Five of Wands, the I was going to say knives out, but they're not actually knives. There's a lot of panic in regards to this. We've got the justice system bringing a ruling. We've got the Nine of Wands, the guidelines, the boundaries holding firm. So you've got this figure here who's pretty much having to surrender to this ruling. I suspect it's probably they're going to attempt to take it all the way up to Scrotus, but I don't know that they're going to be able to. And then you've got the Eight of Swords. There will be more legal attempts to keep this information under seal, is what I'm getting there. But you've got the rejection. So it may go up to Scrotus and get rejected. So just like with E. which has been rejected twice by Scrotus, I think there's going to be an attempt to take this up further, but I think it's going to be rejected with that Four of Swords when the time comes. There's information that's going to come out that is pretty much deadly to those that are involved. I've always gotten that the felon wants to give Maxwell a pardon. She takes it. Dead man walking. Hope she has some sort of protection, because I keep seeing her in, I'm just going to say station wagon, an old station wagon out in the desert with a hose being run from the tailpipe through to the front window. But she wouldn't have done it herself. I'm just going to say that. I can't shake that vision that I've had of her. If she is pardoned and leaves the protection of jail, she's done. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. There are some very wealthy individuals that are panicking about this with the Ten of Pentacles, those who paid to play, those that, I don't read on this topic very often, but there are those that paid for this to go away. You've got the Fool, new journey, new beginning, start it up again. And it's to do with, this is, if you want children in the Epps files, this is the card for it, the Six of Cups. Huge information, that is fiery information that is within these documents that will come out, and it has been sprouting while it's been hidden, like there is more that has come, been attached to it. And then you've got the High Priestess, the secrets being revealed. There are some really panicky individuals. Oh, and as I split the deck, there's that again. Absolute. You promised us. You said. You know, this infighting, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, karma coming and biting them on the bum. You've got the information from the young people coming forward and exposing with the Sun card, Page of Cups and the Sun card. And it's the birth of something significantly new, just this nurturing, this, it has to come to light, as ghastly as it is, it has to come to light so it can be dealt with. So absolutely, so it can be dealt with. There are certain individuals that want to keep this under wraps, and they will, as I split the deck again, and they will do anything to try and maintain the secrecy of that. You've got the moral, financial, ethical corruption, but their money will not buy them a way out. The money will not buy them a way out. So we've had the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so what's next for these files being released? The discovery documents. Ooh, emotional regret and loss. There will be regret that Virginia is not here in person. She's here in spirit. I think a while back when I read on her that she would be working from beyond the realm to bring this all to light. But yeah, there is this emotional loss, regret, heartbreak that she was not here physically to be involved in this. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one on the bottom. Let's have a look. What's next for this ordering of the unsealing? Okay, the Chariot. Movement forward, chaotic attempted movement forward. I think this is very much about trying to get this order overturned, but I think, you know, it's going to trip up. You've got that I mean, the DOJ is absolutely bloody hopeless. Do not be surprised if Blanche weighs in on this, the DOJ, even though it's a state matter. Sorry, spilt my tea there. He will be under orders, but you've got the horses pulling in different directions. You've got, this one's got the reins around its leg, tripping it up. It's just a chaotic attempt to try and get this overturned, challenged by information about the money trail, the money. This could also be the hard work being put in by the Miami Herald, but I think this is the challenge is there is the money trail coming to light, as there are payments that are part of this these documents. Okay. Karma coming and biting them on the bum. There's the wheel again at the bottom, the energy they're in. A lot of information coming out very quickly from all angles at them. Too much to deal with. Bringing light, a lot of information coming. As I said in 2015, people just just ignored, wasn't interested. But now is the time. This is about now being the time. The time is right. A lot of information coming together to bring things to light. Crowning the reading, you've got the Seven of Coins. Harvesting of the documents. There may be some documents that remain sealed or some segment, but the majority of it is going to be made public. And this is what this ruling was about, having them unsealed, being able to harvest the documents. Yeah, the World card. It will reverberate. It's reverberating around the world. I'm just going to say that this is not just a US problem. There are people around the world. You had there's been a couple in France that have somehow, died in mysterious circumstances. You had Andy, formerly known as Prince, being taken down. There are connections right around the world, and it is the end. They know that whatever is contained in this will bring an ending. You've got the Temperance card, emotional balance, emotional harmony externally. There's going to be a calmness about this. So what's going to happen with the documents? I feel like they're going to be I haven't had the legal card. Internally, though, there's this mad panic station. I mean, this could also be, this Temperance card could also be trying to create something out of nothing to try and create a distraction. because if I'm looking at it from the DOJ's point of view, those that are involved trying to protect their client, even though their client's supposed to be the people of America, not the president, this could be trying to spin it differently because there's this mad panic behind the scenes. Do something. Oh boy. Hopes and fears, the tower. Absolutely. Absolutely. The names that will be named that would come out with these documents is just going to tear everything down. Lightning striking, the whole lot collapsing, and death. Wow, look at these. Look at these. And through line of major arcana, death, the world, and temperance. So I think the DOJ is going to try and spin it. I don't think they're going to succeed. The death card, it is an ending of the happy families. It's an ending of the la 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 ignorance, as there is full exposure as to who is involved with the Sun card. Might even be some arrests with that Eight of Swords. And then we've got justice being brought again. You've Two of coins and Six of coins, my two vote flipping cards, but this could also be the downward spiral of some very wealthy individuals. The Ace of coins there, the Emperor, we know who that is, and the Ace of swords. Huge, because he's in it. You've got the lovers and you've got the young people with the Page of Cups. And there's Virginia, Queen of Wands, bringing forward her message from beyond and the secrets being revealed. Now, when I saw this article, I really, really thought there may be more young people come out as well with that Page of Swords. And then we've got the King of Swords, legal action, and then judgment. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When I saw this article this morning, oh boy, so regret, trying to get out of Dodge with that six of swords, but you've got the Seven of Swords, the lying, stealing, thievery, deception, and the Ten of Wands, and then the Ace of Cups, and then you've got the betrayal, three of Swords, or maybe a vascular event, Three of Swords, Seven of Wands on the back foot trying to defend their position, but they can't buy their way out of it with the Five of Pentacles, and then you have the Star is down for the count. So again, this is another sword through the Orange Idiot's heart. I'm pretty sure I don't know how much more his heart can take. He will be there going, make it go away, make it go away, make it go away. You need to do something about this, make it happen, do something. And Blanche is not going to be able to, because it's a state case. It is not a federal case. And it's going to be devastating for those that are named in it. And just the fact that, watch for Blanche taking action on this to try and keep it under wraps. He has no jurisdiction at all in regards to what happens with this unsealing of these documents. And as I split the deck, there's that Five of Wands again and the Tower again. It is going to be devastating for those that will find themselves named in these documents. Now, when I first saw this article, I went, holy crumbs, full moon, lunar eclipse. I got the lunar eclipse, just came straight to mind. So let's have a look that they will be unsealed around then, or at least some of them will be. Now, when's that? That's literally, is it 9 days away? Show me. Why did I instantly see, first of all, the moon card that got on the lunar eclipse revelations, because I did say the other day there's going to be some darkness being brought to light around the lunar eclipse. Why did I get this lunar eclipse? There's something going to come out around, let's have a look. Page of Swords, young people bringing forth the truth, emotionally overwhelming with the Ace of Cups, new information potentially coming from overseas. And the Page of Wands, again, information being brought forward, or a plan trying to bring the ship of fools in, but it's just a delusion. The emotional overwhelming, the delusion of being able to bring the ship in, and we've got the Page of Wands, some information coming out. We've got the White House, the secrets being revealed, and then the Nine of Wands, down for the count. There's nothing the DOJ, Blanche, can do about this. It is not his jurisdiction. He will try, and by doing so, he will put himself on this. That's this delusional card. Three of Wands there, the ship of trying to bring the ship of fools in. There's nothing he can do. He has no jurisdiction. The White House, secrets being revealed. What do we got? The Two of Cups. Oh gosh, another page. So we've got 3 pages so far. Young people working together, supporting each other, bringing this forward. And then there's the moon. The secrets being revealed, the lunar eclipse potentially. Oh, and on the bottom we've got the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the World card again. Endings. Strength, judgment, devil, sun. Oh, the narcissist down for the count. It's all there. It is all there. Those that are tied, there's going to be some names in there in these documents. Now, I've always said we when this information comes out, might be some offer of money changing hands, but they're going to be exposed. Money is not. It's not a. So this is money being offered. 6 of Pentacles, but then it reverts to the 5 of Pentacles. And then we've got the 4 of Pentacles. So diminishing. May even be, the Magician, the moneyed, the 2 of Pentacles, make it go away, make it disappear, do something. Not going to work. Not going to work. Panic, mad panic. So again, it's going to be another 4 of Swords, blow, 4 of Swords and Sun card. I have been saying for years, there will be names that will come out that will shock us, that we will be surprised about, that we will go, surely not, that, we will be highly disappointed in. Swalwell, for a name. Not saying he's in there, but I'm just saying the disappointment we all felt when information came out about Swalwell, and the disbelief. There's going to be other names of that type of that we are shocked by. Might be politicians, might be business leaders, might be Hollywood stars. Yeah, there's going to be so just be prepared and believe the survivors, believe the names that come out, because they will be proven to be the truth. What am I getting? What were you guys? They gave me something and then took it away. What was that? When I was talking about the names coming out. I mean, you got to remember, back Bill Cosby and Rolf Harris and Prince Andrew and Swalwell and who am I getting? There's going to be a couple that we are going to be really, really disappointed to hear. And there will be this disbelief to start with. No, couldn't possibly, they're lying, etc. Trust me, they're not. And so I'm going to leave that there. Forewarned is forearmed. Okay, love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.